Despite being some of Hollywood's oldest film properties, monster movies like The Invisible Man still strike fear deep in the hearts of men and women alike. Yet why do we still fear the creatures that lurk in the dark? And why do we love to go see them on the big screen? Modern audiences live in one of the safest and most prosperous times in the entirety of human history. Science has advanced, crime rates are trending downwards, and Jared Leto is no longer the Joker. Despite this, humans have deep-rooted anxieties that we often manifest and personify through monsters. The scariest part of monsters is that they actually represent very real fears and paranoia we all have. Professor of English at USC and haunted author Leo Braudy sorts monsters into 4 distinctive categories. The first type of monster are those made out of fear of science. Think Frankenstein or The Fly. These are monsters that showcase our own hubris, the fear that humanity may one day go too far, that we may attempt to become God, but ultimately fail. The second type of monster are the doppelgangers, like we saw just last year in the movie Us. Doppelgangers show us our own psychology laid bare, that there is something darker inside all of our natures. We even see this in more obvious monster movies like The Babadook, where elements of our emotional trauma become literal dark figures, out to destroy us from both the inside and the outside. The next type of monster are those that represent our fear of change. Vampires like Dracula represent a distant past, crystallized and immortalized for all of time, unable to age or even die by typical means, yet leaving us soulless creatures, unable to look at our own reflection, because we are unwilling to let the world have any effect on us. The show Castlevania subverts this trope, for example, with Dracula representing technological progress, feared and vilified by the Christian church within the series. The final type of monster are monsters of nature, creatures like Godzilla or Kong. These represent our fear of the uncontrollable world around us, that no matter how much control humanity exerts over nature, nature may one day come back to take its revenge, or that there is always something higher than us on the food chain. These are monsters that cannot be stopped, no matter how hard we try. In the end, nature will always win out, because we are not strong enough. Monsters of nature can even be smaller scale, often simply showcasing our fear of the inevitable, dying, death, or disease. The movie It Follows features a simple walking monster, slow, steady, but unrelenting in its pursuit of ending someone's life. All these types of monsters are not static categories, but can easily mix and match or even combine. The Invisible Man is a mixture of our fear of science, nature, and the evil doppelganger inside us. Yet, one of the reasons we all still enjoy going to see monsters, despite revealing to us our darkest fears, is that we all wish to see our fears and anxieties defeated. While we can never completely eliminate our fear of death or change, we can all take 2 hours out of our day to watch a monster that represents those exact fears get, hopefully, beaten in the end. Or, most often than not, at the very least, coped with. Monsters allow us to have agency over our fears, and allow us to figure out new, if metaphorical, ways to cope with our own paranoia in our own everyday life.